Luke McFarlane, Michael Johnson and Chris Main?
Yeah, all good. From our point of view, a couple of them pulled up a little bit sore from the game, got through the week really well. Doctors will have no doubt that they'll play. Didn't train yesterday, but that was no surprise in our T1, this time of year, and certainly during the course of the year, players do miss the T1. And from our point of view, it's no real threat if they just jog around tomorrow as well. All will be available and all will play.
Luke has a groin niggle as well as the calf worry, or having to manage the calf after having come back?
No, from our point of view, he came back from the calf obviously a couple of weeks ago. He's been able to play and get through that, and he'll be fine. We're expecting him to train tomorrow.
And Chris was sore back, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had a sore back. It wasn't anything major. He obviously, played really well on the weekend, so it didn't restrict him in any way. It's just being cautious on yesterday, so we're expecting him to train tomorrow.
Chris, is someone like Tom Sheridan putting on serious selection pressure, or do you imagine the same 22 for your team?
We've got match committee this afternoon, so we'll work through that as well. But that gives the coaches another chance to go through Hawth again and have a look at that. So all those decisions will be made this afternoon and tomorrow after training.
Chris, do you have any idea how many actual squad members will travel tomorrow?
Oh, look, nothing changes a lot in regards to our travel, so we'll take our 25 players. We've done that usually throughout the course of the year. I don't see that changing. We've had a very strict regime when it comes to our travel, and it's worked, so we'll continue to do that.
Do we have a run Friday, Chris, or just
No, we don't. No, we'll train tomorrow. It'll be our T2. Our training session, we'll get through that, we'll jump on the plane, and it'll be exactly the same. Obviously with the parade's different, but other than that it's going to be exactly the same as what it has every travel week.
How are the players handling the week from where you sit?
Yeah, really well, Duff, from our point of view. I mean, we're all human. We know what it is and we understand it, and we hear all the external noise, and it's a big part of grand final week, and it's a great part of grand final week. But our players, I couldn't be prouder in our coaches and players, the way they're preparing. They prepare, in such a professional manner each week, and they've done that throughout the course of the year, and that hasn't changed this week.
Do you feel they beat you by 42 points in round 4 in Launceston? You had a few out. Do you feel like you've closed the gap on them significantly since then?
Well, it's a bit hard to say. I certainly think, it's really difficult to compare games that happened earlier in the year. I'm not too sure. I think it may have been round 4, round 5 games. So there's been a lot of games and a lot of football from both teams, and a lot of personnel changes from both teams as well. So we're really confident that the way we train, the way we prepare, and the way we play and go about it, that the boys are going to be in really good shape to give everything they can on Saturday.
Chris, there's been a couple of significant turning points for the club over the past 5 years. Can you take us back to 2008 when you decided to overhaul that list, and can you talk about how significant that's been?
Look, I think there's been a lot of changes throughout. I mean, to be honest, it's difficult to give it a lot of thought over the finals campaign, because it's more about here and now, and it's more about all your energies into going about that. So, look, there'll be a time everyone breathes out. But yeah, 2008 was significant. There certainly was a big change to our list, 14 players coming in, but there's also been some big movement from our club, throughout that time as well, and that's been significant. But at the end of the day, the boys are the one who's doing it on the park, and the coaches are the one that are doing it. So they're all working very hard.
Chris, as a past player, you obviously did some hard yards here. Do you think back to that at all? Or do you feel like it's 100% the footy manager now? Do you appreciate, the history having been here as well?
Oh, look, I appreciate the history, but as I said before, there's no time really to breathe out and think about it, because there's so much energy going through from the into the here and now from the players, the coaches, the staff, and all our energies are straight into that, and that's what I'm really proud of from the players and staff point of view.
Chris, when you look at the squad that'll take the field, did you look at mature age recruits as an untapped resource out there?
What, previously, back in 2008, is that what you're saying?
Did you decide to target them?
I think it's been put on the record, that we certainly had a very strong strategic plan in regards to our list management, and we followed that. But it's not an exact science, and things happen, throughout the last 5 or 6 years, and some things happen and some things don't. So from our point of view, we're really pleased with how that's progressed. But this is the first time in the history this club has played finals 2 years in a row. We understand, how much work we've still got to do. But like I said, it's about the here and the now, and we think we give the players and the coaches are giving everyone the best chance for us to perform well on Saturday.
You were here as a player and a captain, and now back as a football manager. How significant in the entire history of the club was the hiring of Ross Lyon?
As I said before, Duff, there's been a lot of work that's been done throughout a number of years, and there's no doubt Ross has had an enormous impact on our footy club. And in saying that, certainly has been, list management, certainly has been the appointments of, head fitness, our development academy, the leadership from board and CEO. I think everything really has to work together for us to get to where we need to get to. And like I said before, it was significant, and there's been other significant factors as well, but we've still got a long way to go.
Michael Barlow yesterday seemed to express a fair bit of pride that you're going to put a team on part in the grand final with only 3 first round draft picks and 6 rookies and a couple of others as well. You take certain pride in that, but that shows you your recruiting and your list management's been pretty good, and your development as well.
Look, Development Academy plays an enormous part of what we're trying to do. There's no doubt that the philosophy is to recruit players, get them in, certainly get them to a level of fitness that you need to get them to, and then teach them a clear and succinct game plan to make sure that we're successful. Now, I think the personnel that we've got in, I think their work rate, their competitiveness, the way they've gone about it, and the way they've been led by key staff has certainly given us a chance to be successful. And we won't know. We're up against a great club, great team. It's going to be a terrific battle, and I think everyone's looking forward to it. But I think our main focus has been giving our players the best chance to perform on Saturday, and I think we're doing that.
Chris, your list management strategy that you're talking about, is it based on another team in the past at all?
Look, realistically, back in 2008, there was certainly a list management strategy that was ticked off by everybody, from the board level, from the CEO, from key people in the football department. And it was a journey everyone went on and everyone ticked off, and we moved forward. So from our point of view, it wasn't modelled off a lot of things. It was modelled off what we thought needed to be done. But like I said, it's only the first time we've played finals 2 years in a row. So we've still got a lot of work to do.
Who were the main drivers that who came first up?
Like I said, it was ticked off by everyone at the football club. So it was a football team decision, football team environment.
Chris, have you got your normal flight time with Virgin you've always liked tomorrow? Or do you
Yeah, we are. We're flying out at 3 o'clock tomorrow, and that doesn't change. Like I said before, we're very much creatures of habit when it comes to our training and our travel, and nothing will really change.
How important is Ross Lyon's experience with this week, and also Brett Kirk and Peter Sumich being around the team this week?
I think it helps, but our players are really led by a great leadership group, and they really work well about living in the moment. And we're all human. We all hear it and we all see it, and it's a very important part of what we do. But that's the job of the coaches. It's the job of key staff, and certainly the job of the leadership group.
Luke McFarlane said Sunday he never experienced a buy-in from a playing group into a coaching philosophy like this group has in his 14 years. Do you agree with that assertion in terms of your time in football?
Oh, look, I just think, from a player's point of view, it's a good question to ask some players, because they're the ones who have to drive it, they're the ones who have to live it, and they do. From our point of view, all I can say is from my point of view, there's been a lot of work that's been put into the players from the sports science management, from a footy IT, from a development academy, from coaching, everybody involved, and it's our job to continue to do that.
Same 25, Chris?
Squad-wise to travel?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got match committee this afternoon, so we'll finalise that then.